Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
The Albia After Prom Haunted House is open Friday and Saturday nights in October from 8 to 11 p.m. Admission is just $10. Free parking at the Monroe County Fairgrounds in Albia. It's the Albia After Prom Haunted House. Fridays and Saturdays in October from 8 to 11 p.m.
We hope to see you there.
Enchanted Events Venue of Sigourney presents a formal dinner and silent auction fundraising for the children on Saturday, October 26th. Benefits go to funding for school supplies, winter clothing, and holiday gifts for students in need at Pekin, Sigourney, Keota, and Tri-County schools. Donations for area food pantries will also be accepted at the door. Cost is $25 per person at the door, or a table of 8 for $200. Donations are being accepted for the silent auction. Enchanted Events Venue is located just south of Sigourney off Highway 149 at 20595 255th Street. Fundraising for the children formal dinner and silent auction is Saturday, October 26th from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Reserve your seats today. Adam Clark for Sheriff. Veteran Integrity Leadership. Adam Clark, candidate for Keokuk County Sheriff, is a native of Keokuk County. He's devoted his adult life to service at both the national and community levels. In addition to his service as a law enforcement professional, Adam works extensively with local youth programs and is actively involved in the community. Some of Adam Clark's initiatives are to strengthen the Keokuk County Sheriff's Department. He wants to collaborate with communities countywide and work to establish a school resource officer. Vote Adam Clark for Sheriff at the general election November 5th. Delta Fire and Rescue presents the Delta Haunted House at 109 North Center Street in Delta. Admission is just $10 per person. The Delta Haunted House is open each Friday and Saturday throughout October and on Halloween night from 8 to 10 p.m. Food and drinks will be available for purchase, and now accepting cash and most major credit cards. It's the Delta Fire and Rescue Delta Haunted House, Fridays and Saturdays in October and on Halloween night. Adam Clark for Sheriff. Veteran Integrity. The Watch Your Opera House presents the Midwest Country Music Organization New Artist of the Year, Jordan Beam, featuring John Griffiths. This Saturday at 7 p.m. Tickets are just $10. Get them at watchyearoperahouse.org or get them at the door. See one of the Midwest's best with Iowa's Jordan Beam this Saturday night, 7 p.m. at the Watch Your Opera House.
As these Iowa skies
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Yeah, I am your host. I am Steve Shutler. A good morning to you. It's time for the morning wake up here on Steve Shutler Media. Currently 42 degrees here in the big town of Sigourney, Iowa. Our morning wake up sponsored by Stam Garden Center and Nursery. Experience the color. Get over to Stam's at Highway 92 East Oskaloosa. They've got Autumn Acres during this fall season, so you can check that out this weekend. Lots of fun, lots of fall stuff going on at Stam Garden Center and Nursery, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, closed on Sundays. We broadcast live each morning from the Oski Dental Studios, and you can schedule your appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at 641-673 4845. They are accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. Oski Dental, Stam Garden Center, and Nursery, big parts of our morning wake-up. Hey, our forecast is up next. Boy, I tell you what, let's get that up there on the screen. Our forecast sponsored by the Garden Gate at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. You can stop in and see Cindy Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to noon. Pretty nice forecast for this weekend. Sunny today, a little bit on the breezy side at times, a high of 72. Clear tonight, a low down to 41. If you're heading out to a football game, it should start off really nice and then kind of cool down. So definitely jacket, sweatshirt, maybe a coat for tonight's games if you're heading out to football. For tomorrow, sunny and 75. It's like a Joe Nichols song. Sunny and 75. Mostly clear for tomorrow night, a low down to 47. And then Sunday, sunshine and 79 degrees on Sunday. Now, current conditions here in the big town of Sigourney, Iowa, we have humidity at 61%. Winds are south at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Barometer, 30.25. Dew point at 32. And right now, according to the National Weather Service equipment, right here in the Oski Dental Studios, we have 41 degrees in Sigourney. And just a reminder from the National Weather Service now, although we aren't in yesterday we were in the red flag warning, which means don't burn outside, because conditions are ripe for your fire to get out of control. Now, we aren't in a warning today, but they do say in a special weather statement that there is still very high fire danger today, as we're still going to see some south winds kicking in at around 20 to 30 miles per hour. So again, avoid brush or grass burning today. Use extra caution with farm and outdoor equipment, and do not carelessly discard cigarettes. So yeah, don't do anything fire-related today outside, especially in big open areas where the wind can really get things out of control quick. So again, although we're not in a warning today, a red flag warning, we do say from the National Weather Service that there is a very high fire danger today. So just be aware of that. Our forecast is sponsored by the Garden Gate here in Sigourney. Let's take a look at our This or That. It goes up every weekday morning at 6 a.m., and it's sponsored by Stacy Flynn, Legacy Insurance Group, and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. This or That is cook at home or going out to eat. I'd say we're probably more likely to go out to eat on the weekends, aren't we? But, I mean, for the most part, the Shetler household is a cook-at-home type of a household, but, got to get an occasional pizza or, wherever. Grant Ranch or, you got lots of great locations. Barnwired to get something to eat. I'll be eating out at Barnwired today. We eat there every Friday for lunch after our Iowa Music Showcase. So, I mean, you got to make occasional trips to eat out, but mostly we eat at home. Otherwise, you'd go broke, wouldn't you? That's our This or That for today. Make sure you go back to 6 a.m. on my timeline and comment on that. Our question of the day goes up at noon. It's sponsored by Amy's Salon House and Spa, 202 North Main in Sigourney. What's something that has made you happy recently? How about that? What's something that has made you happy recently? So hopefully you don't have to think too hard on that. You can answer that question at noon when it goes up on my Facebook page. Something that has made you happy recently. Let's take a look at our tournament that's going on. For the Fun of It tournament for October, Scary Movie Villains, sponsored by Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa. Make sure that one of many haunted houses advertising here on Steve Shetler Media. The Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa going on through the first weekend in November, and that is on Fridays and Saturday nights. It's $15, so make sure you check out Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa. Our matchup for today that's going on right now till 6 p.m., Michael Myers versus Count Dracula. So the way that I'm thinking of this tournament, I don't know if it's the way that you're thinking, is if these two combatants were to collide in some cemetery somewhere at midnight, who would come out winning? Would you have Michael Myers, obviously with his knife in hand, or would you have Dracula with his fangs and his, he could turn into a bat, I suppose, to avoid the knife. But I don't know. Who would win? It's kind of like a video game or something. Who would win if these two super villains, scary movie villains, clashed somewhere midnight at the cemetery? Michael Myers or Count Dracula? I think Michael Myers is ahead right now. So we'll see if he can hold on to his lead until 6 p.m. this evening when voting will wrap up. The winner of this matchup will move into the Final Four. Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th has moved into the Final Four. Michael Myers or Dracula will move in next. Then early next week, we'll have Frankenstein versus Jaws. Again, if you go back to the thought process of who would actually physically win these matchups, could anybody possibly beat Jaws? The super shark, the giant shark Jaws. I don't know. I don't think anybody could actually physically beat Jaws in a matchup, but we'll see. And then we've also got Hannibal Lecter going against Freddy Krueger with his glove and those sharp knife things on his gloves. So we'll see who moves into the Final Four, and then by the end of this week, next week, we will have our champion. Who will be the crown, the champion of scary movie characters? We'll see. So that's going on there. Our tournament is sponsored by Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa. Let's go to our athlete of the week. It is brought to us by Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, and for the second week in a row, although they haven't had much success on the field as a team, there have been some individuals that have done really well for Cardinal football. And the folks, I tell you what, the folks at Cardinal, Eldon, they know how to vote for their kids. They have some school pride going on. And again, although the Cardinal football team hasn't had much success on the field this season, they have crowned their second week in a row their athlete of the week, Zach Ludke. I'm not positive how you say that. Ludke, I'm guessing, for Cardinal football. He had a nice defensive game last Friday night. Zach is our Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics athlete of the week. Let's see. He had 283 votes. So Cardinal football, 2 weeks in a row now with our athlete of the week. Congratulations to Zach. Now, our team of the week is sponsored by Kelly Stiles, State Farm Insurance in Oskaloosa. And for 3 out of the last 4 weeks now, SK Football, Sigourney Keota Football, is our team of the week. They get 153 votes. So Sigourney Keota Football, they've been dominant on the field here recently, and they've been dominating our team of the week voting. So 3 out of the last 4 weeks, Sigourney Keota, our team of the week. They'll be in action again coming up tonight. In fact, let's lead that into our schedule for tonight. It's sponsored by Sheets Chiropractic. We've got Pekin at Louisa Muscatine. EBF is at Sigourney Keota. Keep in mind they'll be honoring Coach Bob Howard at the game tonight. Montezuma is at Twin Cedars. English Valley's at New London. Cardinal is at Pleasantville. On our other half of our schedule, North Tama at North Mahaska, Oskaloosa at Burlington, Ottumwa at Des Moines East, Mid Prairie at Albia, Winfield Mount Union at HLVTC. Our area football schedule brought to us by Sheets Chiropractic. Now, let's see here. Let's go to things going on today. Later on today, we're going to be going to Barnwired in Sigourney. As I mentioned, we always eat lunch afterwards. We'll be doing that again today at Barnwired. And Neva Alden is our guest for the Iowa Music Showcase. Neva will be coming in and doing a live interview from 11:30 to noon, singing us some live original songs today from 11:30 to noon. That's at Barnwired in Sigourney. Be part of the live audience in attendance. Watch it happen live before your eyes, or watch it here on Steve Shetler Media, your choice. But Neva Alden will be our guest on today's Iowa Music Showcase. Tonight, go to Louisa Muscatine. We've got Pekin football. Josh, Zach, and I will be in Louisa Muscatine. You don't necessarily have to make that long road trip if you don't want to. You can watch it streaming live here on Steve Shetler Media. It's the last regular season game of the year. Next week, we'll jump into the playoffs, the postseason. So tune in tonight, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock for the kick as Pekin. Just one loss on the season. I think things are looking good for them tonight. Pekin will be at Louisa Muscatine right here on Steve Shetler Media. Tune in for that game. Then tomorrow morning, we're up and at 'em at Brothers Market in Sigourney for the sports section. We've got a loaded show tomorrow, as we've been talking about, as Coach Clint Weber from Pekin will start things off. We have Coach Bob Howard. Again, he's going to be in town for the Sigourney-Keota game tonight against EBF. We'll be having him on tomorrow morning at Brothers Market. We'll see what Coach Howard has been up to in retirement and get his thoughts on whatever he wants to talk about. We'll let Coach Howard talk forever about whatever he wants to talk about. So I think we're going to get all the coaches on screen at once tomorrow as well. So get that Sigourney-Keota Pekin combination of Clint Weber, Jared Jensen, and Bob Howard tomorrow. We'll wrap up with Coach Jensen as usual tomorrow. Andy McGuire is your host, so tune in tomorrow, 8 o'clock for the sports section. It is going to be a good show. And then next week, next Tuesday, keep in mind, we always have Tuesday night tune-up live from Bridget's Public House in Oskaloosa. We're talking racing, and that will be at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays. Safe Grafke is your host at 7 o'clock. That's TNT, Tuesday night tune-up from Bridget's Public House in Oskaloosa. Boy, I think let's do some community calendar stuff. What do we got going on this weekend? Do want to tell you, you've been seeing and hearing the advertisement for Jordan Beam, my buddy Jordan Beam. He's going to be performing at the Watch Here Opera House. That is tomorrow night. And get your tickets for that. I think they're just $10. So Jordan Beam, the Midwest CMO Newcomer of the Year, going to be at the Watch Your Opera House tomorrow night. I believe that starts at 7 o'clock. So make sure you check that out. What else do we have going on this weekend? We've got in Richland, there's some things going on. The Mystery Firehouse Bingo. Free play, cash prizes. That's hosted by the Richland Community Club. That's tomorrow at the Richland Fire Station. That's following the Pekin FFA Trunk or Treat and Fireman Soup Supper event. So put that on your calendar for tomorrow. In fact, here's some information on that Trunk or Treat from 5 to 7. Again, hosted by the Pekin FFA. Light food will be provided, and then bingo at 7:30. So that's going on in Richland tomorrow night. Let's see here. I know there's some other things going on. Of course, we've got all the haunted houses in the area in Ottumwa, Albia, and Delta. We've got the Halloween Bash at the Eveland Access going on tomorrow from 1 to 9. Take part in that. We've got the Sigourney Fire Rescue EMS annual breakfast on Sunday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's at the Sigourney Fire Department. Put that on your calendars. And then, we've got the Halloween Carnival going on with the Montezuma PAC, PAC, Montezuma PAC presenting the Halloween Carnival tomorrow evening from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Montezuma Schools Auditorium. So that's yet another thing that's going on. I think that kind of does it as far as what I have, at least, for our community calendar. So tons of stuff going on this time of the year. Let me take a peek at this. Yes, we've also got the Soup Supper. Don't want to miss out on the Soup Supper with a whole bunch of different soups and chowders. This is going on with the Union Mills Church Ladies at the New Sharon City Park building from 5 to 7 tomorrow. So put that on your calendars, too. Lots of stuff going on here in our communities that tune in to Steve Shuttler Media. Let's go ahead and do our birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, your realtor. Find more information at hometown-re.com. On the hometown side for our weekend, got a bunch of birthdays. We had a ton of birthdays last weekend. Got another bunch of birthdays for this weekend. Austin Landgrebe with a birthday today. Happy birthday to Austin. Austin's a hard-working guy celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday. Sean Eckelberry with a birthday today. We've got Denny Eden with a birthday. We've got Jessica Weinrich with a birthday today. Jessica Thomas also with a birthday today. My musical buddy Paul Michael Davis has a birthday tomorrow. Scott Brower with a birthday tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we've got my Pekin football announcer, Josh Clubb, with a birthday on Sunday. We'll have to make sure we wish him a happy birthday on tonight's broadcast. Allison Miller, a birthday on Sunday. Stacy Garrett, how do you say her last name now? Rattler, I think, has a birthday on Sunday. And then Wyatt Brubaker with a birthday on Sunday. So happy birthday to all of those folks with our hometown, local, and area birthdays. Got celebrity birthdays for today. Mike Ditka, legendary football figure, 85 years old for Mike Ditka. We've got actress Pam Dauber. Now, if her name doesn't ring a bell, she is the Mindy from Mork and Mindy. So Mindy from Mork and Mindy, 73 today. We've got tennis superstar Hall of Famer Martina Navratilova with a birthday today, 68 years old. Boxing's Thomas Hearns. Is he the Hitman? He's got to be the Hitman, right? Thomas Hitman Hearns, 66. Actor Jean-Claude Van Damme, 64 years old. Jazz music's Wynton Marsalis is 63. Actor Zac Efron, he's best known for High School Musical, right? He was also in that wrestling movie here about a year ago, 37 years old. Bristol Palin, reality star, I guess. She's Sarah Palin's daughter, 34. And then actor Tyler Posey is 33. Those are your celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Nikki Leathers at Hometown Real Estate. Hey, good morning to you on this Friday. Yeah, 42 degrees here in Sigourney, Iowa. And we're doing our morning wake-up brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios. On this date, it is Friday, October 18th. On this date in history, it was back in 1767, the Mason-Dixon line was created, which of course led to Florida-Georgia line being created. No. Mason-Dixon line back in 1767. It was on this date in 1867, the U.S. took formal possession of Alaska. They bought Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million back in 1867. 1870, the sandblasting machine was patented. That's kind of interesting. Thomas Edison died on this date in 1931. It was on this date in 1953. I had never heard of this. Football player Willie Thrower became the first African-American NFL quarterback. Interesting. Again, his last name, is that real? His last name was Thrower, and he was a quarterback? Willie Thrower was his name, 1953. Interesting. And then 1967, The Jungle Book hit movie theaters for Disney. So it produced, of course, a ton of memorable songs and characters. Today, on the National Day calendar, it's International Legging Day. It's National No Beard Day. I don't have a beard. I grew one, if you follow me, I grew a little bit of a beard back around Easter for the play that I was in. I had to color it in so you could actually see it. Otherwise, it was just white and gray. But yeah, not much of a beard guy. And it's also Chocolate Cupcake Day. Ooh, tasty. And we're also, by the way, exactly 6 weeks away from Black Friday. Christmas is coming, people. 6 weeks away from Black Friday. Before we go any further, let's hear from our headline sponsor, Stam Garden Center and Nursery.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Cranberry wine from Tassel Ridge Winery packs a tart cranberry punch with a smooth and sweet finish. It can be served as an aperitif during a holiday meal, as the main wine, or as dessert. Whenever I taste cranberry wine from Tassel Ridge Winery, I start thinking about the turkey. Consider serving Tassel Ridge cranberry wine at your holiday gatherings. Cranberry wine is best when served chilled. Cranberry wine is available at the winery and at many of our nearly 400 retail outlets in Iowa. If you don't see Tassel Ridge cranberry wine at your favorite store, be sure to ask the manager to get it for you. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lyton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa, 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Bridget's Public House is an Irish pub located at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Bridget's Public House hopes you find it a warm, welcoming space that also serves delicious, unique Irish-based options created in their kitchen. And don't forget a cold beverage of choice. Located just off the square next to True Value. Come in and check out the unique decor at Bridget's Public House while enjoying a beverage or food. Follow Bridget's Public House on Facebook and stop in person at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. That's Bridget's Public House. Locally owned and operated. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore.
Thank you for calling the City Cinema Mega Multiplex 2 Quad Tri-Omni Theaters, where comfortable seats and friendly ushers are what we had hoped for too. Now playing, a couple builds a house entirely out of a spice in We Live in Time. A woman can't find any friends to help color her hair in Die Alone, and a crazed inventor creates footwear for a certain breed of dogs in Beagle Shoes, Beagle Shoes. So if this is the weekend you wanted to get up and go somewhere, nothing will make that happen faster than sitting through a few minutes of a movie here at your nearest City Cinema Mega Multiplex 2 Quad Tri-Omni Theaters. Thank you for calling.
Oh, one of my favorite segments here on a Friday morning. Sorry, I didn't have the graphic up on the screen to make the magic completely happen there. I love that segment, and I had to at least get the audio on this morning. We are doing the Morning Wake Up. It's brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery, broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. Let's do some things you need to know. Or we'll do that. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons this morning. Is today Monday? No, it's a Friday. Things are going very Monday-ish for me today here in the studios. Let's do some things you need to know. They say that Liam Payne sadly jumped from the balcony of his hotel room before dying at the age of 31, according to local authorities. That was published in that update published by the AP following the singer's death on Wednesday. So jumping from the balcony, that's horrible. Other horrible news, we know that Barbra Streisand has been working on a new duets album that's expected to come out this winter. She'll be singing along with Paul McCartney, Sting, Bob Dylan, and others. If it hits number one, it will give her a record for number one albums in 7 consecutive decades. Barbra Streisand. Let's see here. In other news, things you need to know. Francesca Eastwood, the 31-year-old daughter of actor Clint Eastwood. He has a daughter that's 31. I mean, he's like 90-something? Interesting. Anyway, Clint's daughter, Francesca, has been arrested on suspicion of alleged felony domestic violence. She was arrested on Saturday, October 12th. It's probably because somebody was on her lawn. Get off my lawn! Scientists say that there's a 60% chance that this could be a La Niña winter. That usually means an active jet stream flow. It's a flow that comes down from Canada into the northern U.S., which causes colder and stormier weather. So maybe some colder and stormier weather. We don't want that. Tennis legend Serena Williams recently had surgery to remove a large benign tumor that was the size of a grapefruit that was growing on her neck. So, big old tumor that Serena Williams had to get rid of. Let's see here. Movie Wicked. It's going to be hitting theaters next month. By the way, if you're a fan of that musical Broadway hit, it is only part 1. There will be a part 2, so it's a 2-parter for Wicked. Again, that comes in November. So part 1 this year, part 2 next year. Did you see also, I don't have it in front of me as a story, but did you see that the lead character in Wicked, the Green Witch, was complaining about how she looks in a poster online? Insert your eye roll here. Walmart bringing back what they call their inflation-free Thanksgiving dinner, offering up a list of items that they're going to carry to help fit the family budget for this Thanksgiving. So look for the inflation-free Thanksgiving dinner from Walmart. Also, Aldi stores are offering a $47 Thanksgiving meal bundle. It's all put together, ready for you to pick up. So a little under $50 for your Thanksgiving meal at Aldi. Did you know that your Apple Watch can now actually detect if you have sleep apnea? So if you have an Apple Watch, I don't wear a watch, so I don't know if I have sleep apnea or not. I snore. Rumors have it that I snore. 2 beaches in Sydney, Australia were shut down when small golf ball-sized chunks of tar began washing ashore. Not exactly sure where or what they are, or where they came from, but they're trying to figure it out so they can let people back on the beach in Sydney. And then finally, in things you need to know today, a dietitian who looked at all of the Halloween candies that are out there says that peanut M&Ms are the healthiest candy. So if you're looking for health, who looks for healthy stuff in Halloween candy? Not me. I'm going for the good stuff. I'll take a Reese's Pieces or a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or a Milky Way or a Twix. Halloween candy. Let's go to this. Today's impossible. It's impossible. Question. Today's impossible question. Millennials are almost 20% more successful at this than their parents. What are we talking about? It's easy for me to say. Millennials. Millennials. Millennials are almost 20% more successful at this than their parents. What are we talking about? Let's take a look at our comments this morning. Got Dan, we got Bubby, we got Patrick, Sandy, Sherry, Dixie, Josh, Pat, Nancy, Bruce, Sherry, brother Nancy. Happy birthday to your daughter Jessica. So thanks to everybody for tuning in and commenting this morning. Again, millennials are almost 20% more successful at this than their parents. According to this, staying married is what they are more successful at. So that's impossible. Impossible.
That is weird.
Let's get weird in here and in some weird. How about we go to space for some weird? Luxury fashion house Prada and commercial space company Axiom Space have unveiled the designs for a spacesuit that'll be worn for NASA's trip to the moon. Their Artemis 3 moon mission coming up. It was unveiled during the, the International Astronautical Congress on Wednesday. Now, the mostly white suits feature a cropped torso and stone gray patches across the elbows and knees. Why do we need Prada helping out designing spacesuits? Shouldn't we just worry about whether or not they work in space? I think that would be the top priority, not whether they're fashionable or not. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. We're floating out in space, walking on the moon. Do I look cute in my spacesuit? Don't care if there's like space air leaking into the suit. Do I look good walking in space? Let's go to our next story. A multimillionaire biohacker on a mission to become 18 again has replaced what they call the liquid gold plasma in his blood as part of his latest bid to turn back his biological clock. This guy is determined to be younger. He's 47 years old. His name is Brian Johnson. He claims to spend an estimated $2 million a year on anti-aging. And he has now undergone a procedure known as a total plasma exchange. And that is to remove, quote, unnatural pollutants from his body. The American had his plasma removed and replaced with something called albumin, a natural protein-based substance that helps in the growth and repair of tissue. And a procedure experts have likened to a human oil change. So this guy's obsessed with trying to look younger, and he spends $2 million a year doing it. Let's go to our next story. WNBA. Now, we all know that Angel Reese is just kind of a pukey person, and she just keeps on proving it. Star WNBA rookie Angel Reese, kind of Caitlin Clark's, she's the villain to Caitlin Clark's hero. Angel Reese took to Instagram Live. She had her big eyelashes flapping up and down to reveal her salary from the Chicago Sky, as well as her rent, and also to complain that the WNBA could barely cover her bills or her rent, complaining that she makes about $74,000 a year from the WNBA. I mean, everybody knows that you don't make giant money in the WNBA because the WNBA doesn't make money. I mean, they've lost money. The NBA has held up the WNBA since its very beginning. Now, with Caitlin Clark coming in, things have started to change because Caitlin sells every place out. She sells a ton of merchandise. But up to this point, it's barely been hanging on. If it wasn't for the NBA, the WNBA wouldn't even exist. And so, they get salaries that go along with working for a company that barely exists. So she's making $74,000 a year and is now complaining about it on Instagram. So, saying that she pays $8,000 in rent a month in Chicago. So, I don't know. Get a second job or something. If your job doesn't pay your bills, you can either move somewhere that's less expensive, or you can get a different job. It's that simple. Nobody is making you play in the WNBA, so get over it, Angel Reese. Take that. Finally, in some weird news today, Elton John's always weird. Elton John's Broadway new musical, Tammy Faye, brings the dramatic life of televangelist Tammy Faye Baker to the stage. Known for her charismatic personality and vibrant makeup, Baker navigated a tumultuous journey marked by scandal and redemption. And evidently, Elton John likes the flair that Tammy Baker brought to things. So look for, who cares? Shall we go to the files of law and disorder? Yes, let's do. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. This is kind of a good news story, too. Might make you feel good. I like turtles, and this is a turtle story. After being blown thousands of miles off course, they were cold, they were stunned, and they were beached. 6 exhausted sea turtles hitched a ride back to their home aboard the Royal Navy ship that rescued them. Whenever I think of sea turtles, I always think of Finding Nemo. Hey, dude, catch 10. Come on, little buddy. These 6 loggerhead sea turtles, whose home lies in the warmer seas far to the south of the British Isles, were likely blown off course by a storm. They got into cold waters. They were what they call cold stunned. But that British Royal Navy ship helped them out, took them back to where they needed to be. We all feel good now. And speaking of feeling good, let's do something that'll make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Something there, I hit that at the right time this time around. Something to make you smile, brought to us by our friends at Lifetime Dental Solutions. They have got solutions for every dental problem and every dental budget. Lifetime Dental Solutions. Dr. Stacy Freeze at 115 South Jefferson in Sigourney. And in something that's going to make you smile today, let's go to an ambulance station in London. A rescue cat who has lived at the London ambulance station for 16 years was spared from an announced eviction after a public outcry. So some people were wanting to kick the cat to the curb. It included a petition with more than 62,000 signatures. Staff at the ambulance station rescued the cat, and they called it Defib, is what they called the cat. It was a kitten 16 years ago when they rescued it. He's lived there ever since. Now, some of the folks in the city, those old fuddy-duddies in London, some people wanted to get rid of the cat and kick it out of the ambulance station after a 16-year-old cat. But the cat had public outcry, and 62,000 signatures later, has saved the cat from being ousted from the ambulance station. It will continue to live there. I know I feel better. I'm smiling. That's something to make you smile. Brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. Let's go to the duh. In some duh, there has been a bill that let me start over. They have been billed as the ultimate antidote to sitting in front of the screen all day at the office. But a study suggests that standing desks, which have soared in popularity in recent years, do not compensate for being inactive and may actually increase the risk of conditions such as swollen veins and blood clots in the legs. They did a study. So those standing desks that people think are cool, And I'd rather sit down. I'm not going to stand up doing this show. I'm sitting. So standing desks, not the great thing that they wanted them to be. So, which is usually the case with a bunch of stuff. Anyway, let's take one last look at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. And nice weather for today and for this weekend. Sunshine today and 72. It will be, again, a little bit breezy. As we mentioned, the National Weather Service warning you, once again, although we aren't in a red flag warning today, but they are advising not to burn things outside. As things could get out of control, so it will be windy and gusty for today. But nice temps around 72 today and 70s for this weekend. Hey, we thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery. Experience the color at Stam's and Autumn Acres. They sponsor our morning wake up. And then we also thank Oski Dental for bringing us our studios, 641-673-4845. Video-wise, let's look up at the schedule for today. In remembrance of, that comes up at 8 a.m. 11:30, we'll go live with the Iowa Music Showcase from Barnwired in Sigourney, so check that out. Neva Alden, our guest for today. And then at 5:30, we've got Successful Farming. We'll follow that up with Pekin football tonight as we wrap up the regular season before the playoffs. We're at Louisa Muscatine tonight for Pekin football, 6:45 for the pregame, 7 o'clock for the kick. Tomorrow morning, of course, live from Brothers Market, with our sports section. And Coach Bob Howard will be our special guest tomorrow on the sports section. So make sure you tune in. Got a loaded weekend lineup, or a week up. That's weekend lineup together, week up. Here on Steve Shetler Media. We are just blabbing on and on and on today. I got to get out of here. I got stuff to do and a little nap to take before I go to the Iowa Music Showcase. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you maybe later on today or this weekend here on Steve Shetler Media. Bye-bye.